J-Rocc has come back to you too.
What is happening in with the millions? And millions of J-Rocc fans from all over the world, baby. J-Rocc is here, and it is finally time for J-Rocc's Movie versus Trailer for The Matrix Resurrection. J-Rocc knows this movie came out a few weeks ago. Time has not permitted the great one from being able to sit down and do a movie versus trailer review for one of the most anticipated movies of the year of 2021, I should say. But J-Rocc is finally here to be able to give you, the people's, the millions of J-Rocc fans, I should say, of his breakdown, his opinion on which one he thought was better, the movie or the trailer. Now, for those of you who don't know what a movie versus trailer review is, quite simple. J-Rocc says there's been times that he's seen trailers for movie to be hyped up, amped, and thinking to himself, oh yeah, this movie is going to be off the chain, big business, only to be let down completely. Oftentimes thinking to himself, the best parts of the movie were in the damn trailer. Oftentimes there were parts in the trailer that didn't even make it to the movies, but they used it to sell you to watch the movie. In those instances, J-Rocc says the trailer was indeed better than the movie. So, we're going to do that today. We're going to go through The Matrix Resurrection's first trailer, all right? And we're going to look at some parts of the trailer that J-Rocc is interested in, parts of the movie, and he's going to discuss what he thinks is better, the movie or the trailer, give you his thoughts on what was happening in the movie, all right? Now, you may be wondering, where's that other Rudy Poo jabroni? Well, J-Rocc says this, his candy ass ain't here. Because you don't need that jabroni, you need the YouTube people's champ, the one and only, the great one himself, all right? So, we're not going to waste no more time. Come on, baby, let's get started on this damn review. Now, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, if you don't want the movie spoiled for you, J-Rocc says, click away, go watch the movie, come back, and let J-Rocc know what you thought was better, the movie or the trailer, all right? Now, just to set the stage for you, this movie doesn't pick up right after Matrix Revelations, all right? Time has passed. I think it's like 40, 50, 60 some years from the end of that movie to this one, okay? I think it's somewhere along the line. Now, J-Rocc says what has happened is that, you remember, in the Matrix Reloaded, when Neo comes face to face with the architect, the source, and he tells Neo this.
The Matrix is older than you know. I prefer counting from the emergence of one integral anomaly to the emergence of the next, in which case this is the 6th version.
He tells Neo that the Matrix that they were in was the 6th version, all right? So there have been different versions of the Matrix, just turning over and over and over again, all right? And the architect was so sure, based on the track record of them demolishing and destroying the Matrix, that this one was going to be no different. There was one power greater than any power that any of the other ones had, and that was something Neo had for Trinity. Love. None of the other ones. No, I'm not talking about Roman Reigns and the Usos, jabroni. I'm talking about the ones in the Matrix, okay? None of them had the thing that Neo had for Trinity. That was love, all right? And so, therefore, this being the next version of the Matrix, we are now in the Matrix Resurrection, but we're in a different version of the Matrix, if you smell what J-Rocc is cooking, okay? And so what happened is now, this new version has different rules, I guess, similar but not identical rules, all right? And so now they're bringing in, there is this guy, this jabroni played by Neil Patrick Harrison, and he's called the Analyst, okay? He analyzes, oversees this version of the Matrix, okay? And one of the things that he wanted was to have the one, Neo, and Trinity in this version of the Matrix. The difference is that he didn't want him to look, and I'll get to that in the trailer, but they changed some things around, which is why Neo is back in the Matrix. They got their bodies, they basically hit the reset button on Neo. All right, put him back in the machine, his body back in the machine city. They redid some things on him. Now he's back in this version of the Matrix. And so what you're gonna see right here is him sitting down talking to the Analyst. Okay. Flashbacks, his memories are coming back to him. All right, so right here, obviously they're meeting in the coffee shop. See, this is what's happening. This is what Neo is doing right now, okay? They're putting his body back in the Matrix, okay? He's still under the influence of the Matrix. And so what they've done with him, in order to keep him in check, all right? They've made him a video game creator for this game called Matrix. And so, anytime Neo has a flashback, a memory, or something that pulls or picks at his psyche, they're saying it's from the video game. It's not real. Alright? So these memories, these flashbacks, these dreams you're having is not from real life. This is from the video game. And so now, he's in, he's the maker of the Matrix. So all those memories, everything he went through, he's just thinking that's from the video game, all right? From him meeting Morpheus, to him being the one, to him defeating Smith, that's all memories from the video game, all right? And so now he's in the real world, well, in the Matrix real world, and he comes face to face with Trinity, or in this, her name I think is Tish or something, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember. I think her name was Tish. And now she's married and has children, but they're both the memories are, they're still pulling at it, all right? And so that's why I say have we met. Let's keep going. Yeah, remember the blue pill and the red pill? He's taking the blue pill. Sati. Y'all remember Sati from Resurrection? All right, so right here. All right. Did you see what's happening in the mirror? All right. So once they have, I can't remember the girl's name that actually found Neo. But what they did is that when they put him back in the Matrix, they changed some things about him. One of the things being his appearance. Okay. So the way he looks to himself and the way others see him, completely different. All right? Kind of, a play on real life. The way we see ourselves and the way we present ourselves is two totally different things. All right? You ever have somebody tell you, oh man, you're a jackass, you're an asshole. You're like, I'm a nice person. Why would you say? Because the way you see yourself and the way you present yourself, two different things. But that's neither beside the point. Fact of the matter is that they changed his appearance, making it more difficult for anyone to recognize him as Neo, all right? And so, but this one girl found him while she herself was in the Matrix. She was cleaning windows or something, and she looked up, and she saw him. She saw the Neo, the one, all right? And she saw him, and she remembered it. And then once her mind was freed, she went back in to get him, and that's how she was able to find Neo. But they changed his appearance, which is why it was hard to find. Ah, okay, all right. So this version of the Matrix, whole lot different. Obviously, Morpheus isn't Morpheus in the previous movies. Okay, the Morpheus in this version of the Matrix started out as an agent. Yeah, he is an agent in this version of the Matrix. All right, but what happens is the girl that saved Neo, Morpheus and her link up. She tells him what's going on. She's the one who gives Morpheus the red pill. He takes the red pill, all right? And then all of a sudden, he's woozy, like whatever. What in the hell is going on, right? And so he takes the red pill. They get his body out, and then he comes in like this metallic form. You remember Terminator? What's the most recent Terminator movie called? Where this Terminator's body is this sort of metal, and he's just kind of like, you know, floating pieces of metal, whatever. This is what Morpheus is. I can't remember the name of it because it doesn't matter what the name of it is, okay? But with that being said, his version of the Matrix is different than that version of what he was before. He started out as an agent, then he becomes Morpheus, all right? And then they keep going back. There's a bunch of callbacks to the old movies, right? Because Neo keeps having these flashbacks. So they keep referencing the old movies, you know, him meeting Morpheus for the first time, and, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, that's the girl that finds it. Now, they don't get in and out of the Matrix the way they used to. In the first Matrix, when the last version of the Matrix, the first trilogy, they got in and out of the Matrix through telephone. Not no more. They get in and out of the Matrix through like mirrors and windows and doors, right? So it's a lot easier to get in and out now. I won't say easier, different.
The only thing that matters to you is still here. I know it's why you're still fighting.
So this is right towards the end of the Matrix. Neo has been freed from the Matrix, all right? His mind is free. He wants to go back in to rescue Trish. The problem is the Analyst is trying to keep Neo in the Matrix where they want him to be. And so he threatens Trinity and says, Neo, if you don't bring your candy ass back, this is going to be the end of your little side chick right here, okay? She's done, right? It won't go down the way you think. This ain't the same Matrix that you're used to, brother, all right? Things run a little bit different around here, all right? So he tells her, you either come back or she's done. And so Neo proposes to the Analyst, if she wants to stay, I'll come back. But if she wants to leave, you gotta let us go. Obviously the Analyst ain't having that, all right? Analyst ain't finna let it go down like that. But Neo is telling the Analyst, look here, brother, I got some folks on my side now too, all right? Now I can get my body out this, my body is already out of the Matrix. I'm jacked in to come get her. I can get out of here, all right? But Neo don't want to do that. He don't want to leave Trinity behind. So this is the part of the movie where he's trying to reason with her, let her know these emotions and these feelings that, you know, these dreams that you're having, because Trinity is having them too. They're all real, right? This stuff really happened. It's not from a video game. This is stuff that really happened. Right?
Still fighting. Why you will never give up.
All right, so we know this. This is from the first Matrix. Call back to them when he fought Morpheus. But he's still powerful. That move right there that you just saw real quick, they use that move a lot in this movie, right? They use it a whole lot. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's because, you know, Neo doesn't realize who he is just yet, what he's able to do. But yeah. Machine City, obviously. That was right at the end when they, you know, finally got her out or whatever. That's the chick. That's right at the beginning. Yep. That's when they were trying to get Neo out of the Matrix. That's them going back in. That's Morpheus right here trying to get him out. So here's the thing. All right, this part of the movie, this is a little bit different version of the Matrix, okay? Because you know how in the first trilogy, Neo was the one. He had all the powers of the one, all of the abilities of the one. But in this version, it's like they as a couple are the one, right? Because now Trinity can do things she couldn't do before in this version of the Matrix. And so now she too is the one. Neo is still the one, but it's like them as a couple. Like when they come together. You know, when they come together, all right, and they unify, all right, it's something different happens with them. And so she is the one, he's the one, you know, whatever.
Do you smell what?
That's right at the beginning. Yep, at the beginning. When they're getting Morpheus out. And so this is them jumping out, trying to get out of the Matrix. You remember I said earlier that they don't use phones to get in and out of the Matrix. Now they use windows or mirrors. And so that's what they were doing. Yeah, see. This is them getting her out. And right here, they're trying to escape the cops that are coming after her, so they both jump off the building. The problem is Neo don't realize what he's able to do, or hasn't done it yet. And so Trinity is the one flying, and she catches Neo, right? And Neo tells her, "I'm not doing this." And then Trinity realizes, "Oh snap, this me, I'm doing this." And so she flies them off away. They come back later together as a couple, and they both fly away,
After all these years, to be going back to where it all started. Back to the Matrix.
All right, so that guy, I can't remember his real name. But that being said, he is Smith. He is Smith. This Matrix's version of Agent Smith, but he's not an agent, all right? He works at a company that Neo works for that made the Matrix movie, all right? And so, yeah, there's a whole lot of callbacks to the first trilogy, but that's Smith right there. And he actually helps Neo get Trinity out. Well, J-Rocc says this. Really fun movie, but now it's time for the verdict, okay? Which one J-Rocc thought was better, the movie or the trailer? Considering the fact that this wasn't a movie that was going to be part of the original trilogy, and based on how this movie ended, there's a possibility that it could be another Matrix movie, all right? I know Keanu Reeves said he loved to keep doing some of the Matrix things, but with that being said, which one was better? Was it the movie or the trailer? Well, J-Rocc says this. You're looking at the trailers, they had multiple trailers, and the trailers were badass, right? And then they had the one trailer where it was like things have changed, with the black cat. Black cat represents deja vu, meaning they changed something in the Matrix. And oh yeah, they changed a lot of things. But to answer the question, for this one, J-Rocc has to say the movie was better than the trailer. The movie did live up to the hype. The movie did live up to expectations, okay? I know there are some people who don't think so. They think that, the movie was weird and it was, kind of quirky. J-Rocc don't think that, all right? J-Rocc really enjoyed the movie. J-Rocc was hyped about the movie. He liked how the direction they went with the movie, trying to recall Neo. And this was more, how Reloaded probably was the best one of the trilogy, at least it was for me. I would say the first Matrix was the second and Revelations were third, all right? But with that being said, I think what they're doing is they're setting the stage for another, Matrix Reloaded or, Matrix, Regun or Retooled or whatever, the re is they gonna be. No rhyme intended on that line, okay? But I think the movie was better than the trailer. I liked the direction they went through, the storytelling. Yeah, there were some things that were a little bit off about it. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. I definitely would watch it again. I was able to watch it on HBO Max. But yeah, really enjoyed the special effects, the changes they made to it. Yeah, and I love the callbacks to the previous movies, all right? They did that a lot, and they did it in a way that made sense, all right? It wasn't just there just to be there, all right? I was kind of wondering, the whole Morpheus being an agent thing. I'm like, okay, why? But regardless of the fact, they got what they wanted, and I thought it was good, thought it was great, hell of a movie. So J-Rocc says, in regards to the movie versus the trailer, the movie wins. All right, now your turn. What say you? Which one you thought was better? Was it the movie or the trailer? Post your comments down below. Let J-Rocc know what you thought of his movie versus trailer review. And if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button, you subscribe, and you share. All right? Thank you guys for voting on the polls, those who did. Looks like the majority of you agrees with J-Rocc. For those of you who saw it, a lot of you say you haven't seen it yet. You said the movie was better than the trailer. Some of you thought the trailer was better than the movie. Interesting, okay? I love to hear from you who think the trailer was better than the movie and why, all right? Also, be sure to hit that bell so you can be notified when it is time to be electrified. Thank you for joining J-Rocc. Until next time. Mamba, Gigi, and Wakanda forever. If you smell the J-Rocc is cooking.